Hello, and welcome to another episode of Okay, Karen.
Okay, Karen.
All right, we are super excited. This is episode 8 of season 2. I am Angela,
And I'm Betsy.
and we make up Okay, Karen.
We sure do, and we love it.
So we are super excited about tonight for two things. One, it's one of my favorite topics, and
Yes.
two, we have a guest, and I love having guests.
Our first guest of season 2, right?
Is it?
I don't think we've had a guest yet. So
it is our first episode. Yes.
Who is also the last guest of season 1. A very special guest. Look how that
worked out.
So tonight we are bringing on to talk about mob movies. My better half, especially when talking about mob movies, because he has a lot more knowledge. So bringing on my husband, Sean, which we're about to bring him on right now. And he's going to discuss mob movies. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be a lot of Sean and Angela discussing, and I'm going to chime in because I just feel like they just have so much more knowledge of mob movies than I do. What did we watch? I watched like 5 movies in the past couple weeks.
And I am super
to get
proud
ready.
Of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. I watched one.
But you already knew somebody in your
the other ones I can almost quote you.
Exactly.
Before we bring Sean on, any shout outs?
I just brought him on, so here he is.
Oh, hey Sean.
Hi Sean.
Hello.
Well, you know what? Let's just do shout outs next week. Just thank y'all for listening.
Thanks everybody for listening. I brought you on before we did shout outs, but that's okay. Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you're enjoying it like we are, and let's talk about some mob movies.
Let's go.
Mob movies.
And I'm going to be in charge of the time so that we don't spend an hour.
Okay, Karen. Just stop,
about
Karen.
Mob movies.
Yeah, okay, Karen. Like you got anything else to do tonight.
Thanks, Sean.
I'm looking out for our listeners so they don't have to listen to an hour and 45 minutes of us. All right, go for it. What's up? What do you want to talk about first?
Sean, should we just start off with the best series of mob movies? Okay.
Series, Angela, what were you saying?
So do you want to start off with just the best series of mob movies?
Well, I mean, we had some major disagreements about the second in that series the last time I was on. So I don't know if you want to start the night off that way.
I think we should, because I have a feeling if we get long-winded, Betsy's going to cut us off. And I think we should just get it out there and talk about it.
So first priority.
I think that's fine. Well,
yeah.
So clearly we're talking about, for instance,
The Godfather.
Was Godfather duology, because we're not going to acknowledge the existence of the third one. Yeah. I mean, so it just, why are y'all making those faces?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so clearly we're talking about the Godfather series, which is 2 movies, not 3. Dude, Angela, a friend of mine was saying the other day, because they recut the third one. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, Francis Ford Coppola like recut it, and he was like saying, oh, well, he ruined the third one by doing that. And I was like, what do you mean he ruined it? It was already pretty bad.
Yeah.
So,
it was terrible.
He also liked it. I mean, he liked the third one.
He liked the third one?
Yeah.
So the third one, I have a lot of problems with. One of the big problems is the 2 cousins that get together.
Okay.
Excuse me? I'm like, what?
The things that you pick out, man, like that's your problem with the movie.
For why you love it or
that's a huge problem. The other problem is Michael apologizes to Kay.
What?
The other one is Michael apologizing to Kay.
Yeah. Oh, you're upset that he apologized?
Yes.
Why?
Because we go back to the second movie. He should not be apologizing to her.
So first of all,
he wouldn't let her see her kids.
The genius.
She killed a kid.
Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna get back to that because it's gonna be a whole thing. I won't spend the whole time talking about that. But
his brother almost killed him.
The point of these movies is it's a case study in evil and how a person can get so bad. There are no heroes in these movies, like none. Like all the main characters are shit, and they continue to get shittier, especially Michael. Like that's the whole point of it. Yes.
What about the sister? She's pretty good in the third one. I mean, she
Yeah,
does have
I mean,
that old man killed with the cannolis,
I'm gonna be
but
honest.
Besides
I
that,
haven't seen the third one in probably like 10 years. So I
yeah,
don't
it's
watch it.
it's probably been that long, because when they even play the Godfathers on TV, they never
Yeah.
play the third one. You know, when like when they do it all day Godfather, it's 1 and 2 back and
think
forth.
Now that he's recut it, I might go back and watch it, because I have like the original cut on DVD. And then I recently, because we were doing this and I realized I didn't have digital copies of them, there was a for sale pack on Vudu of all 3 of them with the new cut of the third one for like $15 or something like that, in HD. And so so I bought those, and that's how we watched. But yeah, I haven't seen the third one in years. I mean, I remember being like appalled by Sofia Coppola's acting.
I know, so bad. And at the end, when she dies,
yeah,
and that dress, the color dress,
yeah,
with
well,
the
I don't know about
blood,
the dress, but
so bad. It's
So,
I
but
was
she's
wondering
so
if you would agree
wooded.
about that, Sean, because Angel pulls out things that you might not have noticed,
Yeah,
like the color of her dress.
yeah.
It's
So, have you
have
read
you
the book,
seen? No,
Angela?
no.
You haven't read the book. The book is really good, and it leaves, like, there's a lot of kind of like plot holes in the movie, or where it like skips 5 years, or skips a time period.
Maybe that would be good for our book club, Angela.
So is the book like 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3?
The
like
book is Vito's life story. Like,
Okay,
so it incorporates all of the prequel parts of Godfather Part 2, and then
The 2.
all of the first movie. So and so all of that stuff with Michael in the second one that doesn't exist. That was written specifically for the movie. But Mario Puzo, the guy who wrote the book, was like a writer on the movie.
And
So,
I heard that they were like working on another one, but Mario Puzo died.
yeah.
Was he?
I don't know about
Did he
that.
help with writing the third one also, Sean?
But I don't know about that. But
I think he did.
But Michael dies. Well, it's like left ambiguous, sort of, whether or not
He
he
died.
dies.
Yeah, I think he dies.
But he does. I don't know. I think, and that's what I heard about the new cut of the third one, is that they made it more ambiguous whether or not he died.
Oh, really? Because you kind of figure when he slouches in the chair and almost falls over, he's dead.
Yeah. But okay. So let's talk about the
okay.
first one. The first one is amazing. Phenomenal movie.
Okay, which one do you like better, the first or the second?
I don't know. They're so different.
I know. It's really good, because the first one has like Sonny, and when I was younger, I liked the first one, and I didn't even care for the second. But then as I've gotten older, I appreciate them going back into time and how he became the Godfather.
Yeah.
I really like that, how it jumped around, went back to Vito's story. And I thought it was interesting as far as the storytelling aspect of it.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the first one is, I mean, it's just more of like a traditional narrative, it's like start to finish. And like you see the focus, even though everybody remembers Brando, who is phenomenal in the movie.
Yeah.
The focus is still on Michael. So I would say the book is about Vito and the movies are about Michael. And so the first one is still like you're seeing, Michael starts at the wedding and he's like, that's my family cake, that's not me. But then you just watch him go take a step and take another step and another step, and it spirals to the point where he's lying to his wife at the end of the movie about whether or not he had anything to do with Carlo's death, which is just like an outright lie,
Well, I don't think he just wants to tell his wife, like, yeah, I killed Carlos.
Yeah,
Probably
but the point is, you're seeing is how he's changed, how he started out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Nothing
and
to
he
do
said
with it.
he's not going to do. But
and
I
then
think
gradually he's become a part of it.
But I think he did that change. I mean, strictly for the family. He was protecting his dad. He went to go see his dad after he got killed, and he didn't have security, and he was like, "Oh, I have to do something." So
maybe, but then
I don't
the
think
second
it was.
one.
I don't think it was. But I think the first one, he kind of. I don't think he intentionally wanted to get in, but he was kind of pulled in.
Yes.
And then at the end of the first one, with his brother dying Fredo can't be the Godfather. So he kind of does become that. And then this,
I don't I don't think that that's true at all. And this is part of my problem with the Godfather movies, like just in general. Like, I mean, they're phenomenal movies. Like, they're like wonderfully done and directed and written, and the score, like whenever the trumpet comes on with it's so good. But the trumpet, the Godfather theme.
wait, yeah, I love that. I actually have that on my phone, my iTunes.
That's my dad's ringtone. Whenever
I love it, Mike.
And I just think of him going, yeah, making me an offer I can't refuse. No, but and this is like written about in other places, because it's not the first mob movie. I mean, they were making mob movies all the way back into the silent era,
right?
But it's one of the first movies that, just by virtue of the plot and making them the main characters and the heroes of their own story, but they're not heroes. And so it like added this nobility to the mafia, but they're all criminals. I mean, they're all POSs. Like, it gave them, this whole honor amongst mafiosos, like honor amongst thieves, like type of mentality. It's like, oh yeah, sure, they kill people and they sell drugs, but really it's all for the family. Screw that. Don't do that shit for your family.
Well, they really didn't want to sell drugs, Sean.
Oh,
they were kind of forced into that.
Yeah, Brandon.
They were just gonna
drugs, and then
they really didn't want to kill anyone. Every person they killed, they didn't want to.
Yeah, but this whole idea that Michael,
come on,
Michael only he only ever did it for the family. Okay, maybe you can make the argument that he killed Sollozzo and the police captain out of revenge for what they did to his dad. I can kind of get behind that, but then when he comes back after being an ex, and then yes, he gets broken down a little further when Apollonia gets blown up.
And then his brother is killed, like, kind of gruesomely.
Yeah,
and can even recognize him.
But the idea that everything that he does is justified by the fact that like other people screwed with his family, like that's complete BS. That's totally that's not okay. And that's part of what especially the second movie is about, because he hasn't, in showing like what he's become and how he has betrayed the people closest to him, specifically Kay, his children, his brother. It wasn't about that at all. It was about power, and it was about greed.
Oh, like, for sure. Like, the second movie, I feel like he became so much more arrogant, and he didn't have any. Yeah, it was like you said,
there's no remorse. Yeah.
Now, like I said before, should he have killed Fredo? Probably not. I mean, that is your brother. But Fredo did kind of almost have him killed with Kay, and his kids were in the same house. So, I mean, not that I'm taking up for Michael there, because he's still your brother and he's not right in the head. We all know that. But yeah.
I mean, Fredo is a very unlikable character from like all angles. Like, he's sleazy, he's lazy, he's untrustworthy. Like, he's a
liability.
I mean, in the first one, he sides with Mo Green, like, over the family. In the second one, he not only betrays the family, like he's greedy, he's
can't do that.
What's the word? He's jealous. Like he's not a likable character. And
right.
So, but I mean, it's still unacceptable. Like, it's not excusable that Michael acts in this way, like in any way, shape, or form. Like, all of those reasons that you just gave are like reasons that he would use to justify it to himself.
And maybe he could have just exiled him instead of killed him. Because if, in the third movie, he really does, that's a huge thing. Remember when he like goes to confession with the priest and he just breaks down because that, I mean, hello, it's your brother. So obviously that's heavy on his heart.
Whatever. From a Christian standpoint, Like if the character really existed, I would hope that he made a true act of contrition. But from a plot line story standpoint and from a character standpoint, he should burn in hell. He's one of the worst human beings to ever walk the face of the planet Earth. Michael
I felt
Corleone.
like, yeah, I felt like in the second one, there was this turn. He gradually, okay, he's growing worse and worse and worse. The second one, he's like, it's at a point where he's literally playing people off of each other, human lives off of each other, his people, other people he's against. It's like a chess game. And he's
Mhm.
plotting and talking to this person and plotting to and with the end goal of all these people are going to die. So it's hard to say, even if you take Fredo because he's his brother out of the mix, it's just like, okay, we'll just get
Yeah,
rid of him.
Frank.
Okay, just get rid of him. Okay, just get
I
rid. I
mean,
mean, it's just like,
Right.
oh, you get rid of him,
Like,
and I'll tell you to get rid of him, and we'll see who does it and who's really with me.
yeah,
And all these
have
people are
Simon
dying, and you're
Roth
like,
killed
so he's like
the
I
at the
was
end
just
max
about to
of
say
for
that
mob.
no other reason than
when he
to
has
show
his
that he had bigger balls than
and that it's his one of his good friends that kills Simon Roth, that it's basically a suicide mission.
Yeah.
I never liked that either, because
Yeah.
he's gonna get killed, killing Simon Roth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like, I'm like, yeah, he's the epitome of someone who is just so wrapped up in it. And you can't really say, this is for my family to protect my family. This is for money and power.
Not
and
in this
greed,
not in this second one.
you know?
No.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think that to a degree, some of that is paralleled with Vito's story early on. So in the first one, Vito is seen as like very honorable,
Mhm.
and yes, he's involved in crime, but he refuses to do business with drugs.
Right.
He makes a peace with the other families, like for the sake of his family. He's seen as
He takes
he
care of
has this
people.
element of
Yeah.
honor to him. But at the end of the day, the whole what's built up from the beginning of his story when he's a kid and his dad, mom, and brother are all killed. At the end of his story in the second movie, it was just so that he could, gut Don Chicho. Like that was it. Like that's shown like this whole thing was just motivated by revenge. And as they go along, it's like, oh well, he's protecting other people in the community. Oh, he's just providing for his family. No, it was all about revenge for him. It was all about revenge and power. And he became the thing that screwed up his whole life. Like he became that. He
became, what he was trying to,
yeah,
I
he
mean, he ended up
produced
going and
more
killing
little
him, but then
hymns,
he is him in the United
Yeah.
States.
So
Like now
anyway.
he's the mob boss.
Yeah,
that
but
he was
I'm
so
still
set
really
against.
glad that he did that.
Why?
He got revenge. So she's like, yeah, he got revenge.
Yes.
That guy
I'm
killed
like,
his brother and
Good
his
for
mom and his
him.
dad.
He watched his mom
But-
like get blown away 5 feet back from her. Like
but
that
in
was
the
kind of
process
gruesome.
of revenge,
He
did
became
have any healing or peace? No, he became this awful person.
Yeah, but I still like him. I don't care. I mean,
Now, let's be honest, what percentage of why you like him is because of what he looks like?
not Vito.
Who? De Niro or Pacino?
Michael, hello.
Yeah.
But you
Even Dana.
Vito as
Dana
well.
my niece saw Michael in part 2 at one point, and she was like, hello, what movie is this? And we were like, Godfather 2, Dana. And she's like, I need to sit down and watch this. Because let's be honest, he looks good in 2. He looks good in 1, but he looks really good.
Well,
in
and she's
2.
probably never seen him in anything where he's that young.
Right.
You know, kids today have only seen him and he's older.
He's old. Okay, so I think that's good with Godfather. I think we
You
spent.
don't want to talk about the elephant in the room?
There's something you
We
need to
got
talk
into
about.
last time about.
What? What are y'all talking about?
Kay.
What we fought about last time.
Oh,
The
Kay.
fact that Kay
Is it? Oh, homeless.
the what?
She almost called her a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, something that rhymes with witch.
I want to know what you would do trying to protect your children from someone who may kill his own kids. You never know.
Angela, if you were
when he
married
gets
to
older.
evil incarnate, and he put his sperm inside of you and made a baby, would you want that baby to come out into the world? Knowing what
Yes,
he would
I'm
do
not
to
going
it.
to kill the baby. I
Okay,
mean,
that's
I just wouldn't kill the baby. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Not
I-
kill
how
the
else is she
baby.
gonna get out?
I agree with you. I agree with you that it was wrong for her to have an abortion. But what I'm saying
Thank
is
you.
you can't say the way you were saying it before was like it's so bad and like it's the worst thing in the whole movie. And I'm like, he's literally killing like dozens of people in this movie. And you're like, she killed the baby. And I'm like, okay, but do you see what he's doing? Like you
But
made it,
okay,
you were
let's
like,
also be
Diane,
honest.
this is what you said. I still don't like Diane. We don't like Diane Keaton in my family. And we're like, why? And you're like, because
That
she
actress,
killed the baby.
her
Mom,
entire
my mama
career
likes
ruined
her.
for you because one
No,
of her characters
I
had an
can watch.
abortion.
I can watch her. My brother still can't now. But I will say this. So we don't know what Kay knows. He kept what we see Michael doing in real life, or in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think Kay knows all that. She
Absolutely,
might
she
hear.
does.
Do you really think she knows that?
Yes.
Because I don't
Her
think
bedroom
Vito's
got
wife
shot
knew
up by machine
everything.
guns. You don't think that she knows that he's involved with
Yes.
the mob?
I mean, she knows he's involved in organized crime, but I don't think Kay realizes like exactly like his list of who he's killed. And I'm for sure don't think Kay knows he killed the brother. Because actually at that point in the movie, he hasn't killed the brother.
He hasn't killed Fredo yet. But
Yeah.
I think that she must have known at some point that he killed Carlo, his brother-in-law.
Who cares? Carlo had Michael's brother killed. Carlo had Sonny killed.
Okay, sure.
I think she's very much aware.
He beat up Connie, but that doesn't
a lot. Even when she was pregnant.
I think she's very much aware that there have been murders and that this is what they're involved in.
I know she knows that there's illegal stuff, yes, but I still don't think it's right that she killed the baby. I just don't.
I don't think so either. I think it's trying to show you what her character has come to as well. It's showing you where she started as young and innocent, and then she married into this thinking he's not going to do this. And he's, as she says in the beginning of the second one, you promised me that the family would be legit in 3 years, and it's been 5. So she has come a long ways and is at her breaking point. So I think by her saying, I had an abortion, they wrote her character to show she is trapped and she doesn't know what to do. And she said, basically, I knew you'd never forgive me, and we've got to stop this insane thing that's been going on for 2,000 years. Like,
because
she's just like, what else do I do?
Like, she saw what this did to Michael, right? Because presumably, she loved him and who he was back
originally,
right?
Yeah.
And then she saw what this involvement in the family, and like, how is she to think that
her kids
is not going to include her children?
Yeah,
when
her
he
son
shuts the door in her face, like at the end of of 2. Like,
you know what I'm
I
like
was
when he
like,
does that?
Like, what
Angela?
And I was like, slam that door.
Okay.
Because I was still mad.
I can't believe that you still think that in that scenario, between the two of them, between Michael
he's
Corleone
the better parent for the kids to be with,
and her, that she is the villain. She is the villain in
Angela.
Like,
I'm sitting over there. I'm like crying for her.
Are you really?
She's never going to
feel bad for
her again. And at least her kids would be out of this circle of crazy mob life if she had custody over them. But she probably will never be able to see him. She's lucky that he didn't kill her. And so the door is closed in her face. She's like crying because she wants to hug her kids.
Why wouldn't you're like, she killed their baby?
Oh my God, Angela.
I just can't. I can't. If you were a judge, you would say, I'm going to grant custody to Michael for these kids instead of Kay.
Well, Michael, the judge doesn't know what Michael does.
No.
And
I'm
Michael
saying,
has never been to prison.
As we view the movie, we know everything about Michael that they've shown us in the movie. We know everything about Kay. From watching the movie and their character development, who would you rather the kids grow up with? I'm going to say Kay.
I would probably say Connie.
Oh,
not an option. You want them to grow up with
Connie? Doesn't even want her own kids. She abandoned
Connie though. Connie at the end of 2 starts like
she does.
She grows up, and then
I was glad that she was there.
She is completely there.
Connie doesn't grow up at the end of 2. No, she doesn't. She realizes that
it's her only chance
to quit being a lush,
a brat,
and then And then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hang around with Michael because that's where the
Yes.
gravy train's at."
Yes.
Connie,
And I vow
Connie
my
is not being
allegiance to you.
selfless at all.
But
She's
Sean, she does
not growing
she
up.
does contact Kay and allow Kay to come and see the kids when
See?
Michael's
Yeah.
not there. So she has some character growth there because
Right.
she does vow allegiance to Michael and say, I'm here and I'm
But
part
she
of the
still
family.
lets the kids see Kay. So
But she
see,
does
she would be
call
a good
Kay.
choice.
So
Yeah.
I don't
So the
trust
kids
her
could
because she's
the
Connie
kids
is
could
not
say
an
with
option.
Connie.
Connie will 100% choose Michael over
Oh, for
Kay.
sure. And she
100%.
does. Even in 3, she chooses Michael over everyone, you know.
She would choose Michael over her own children. If he was like, you can stay here and I'll give you money, but you can never see your kids again, she'd
She
be like,
did.
okay, that's fine.
She already did. Like it was
Yeah.
like at the beginning of 2 when she's all like drinking and whoring like all across the
Yeah.
whole world.
And she never sees
Do
her
we
kids.
we
She's never
never
seen
see
her own
her
kid.
kids though, right?
Not in the second one. Not
But
really.
I thought
not
they
even
were
in the third
beginning.
one,
They were
huh?
they were with the
I
First
don't remember the
Communion
third.
group of kids, I thought.
I can't
Because
remember
when she comes in, the mother, Michael's mom, she says, I need to talk to Connie, says I need to talk to Michael. And the grandmother says, you need to go see your kids.
Oh
You
yeah,
haven't seen
she
them.
does. Right.
So they're
Yeah.
there
Well, I'm
somewhere.
sure
I don't
they're
know which
living
ones they
there.
are.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Yeah, I don't know which ones they are either. I don't think we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Okay.
just don't. I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, we'll agree to disagree. You're still wrong, but we can like, you know,
Let's
Okay,
take a
Karen.
vote.
I guess.
Who's a better
Oh,
parent?
we're gonna vote.
Vote about what?
Michael or Kay? Who's a better parent? Who thinks Michael?
Me,
Who thinks Kay?
because here's the thing: even if the kids get hurt under Michael's protection, he's not gonna hurt them.
No, but
Kay
they're
might
going to
be like,
become
okay,
Michael.
kids,
Yes, he
come
will.
on, we're
He
gonna
hurts
jump in
them
this.
by
We're gonna jump
molding
in this
their little
pool, and
psyches
I'm gonna
to,
wrap
like,
a cinder block around you, and we're gonna jump in the pool. You know, Kay would do that. I could see Kay doing that. Where Michael would be like, I'm gonna try to protect you. Something still might happen, but that's just life.
You think that Kay would give
Would
like
murder
their
her
kids
children?
cement shoes?
She did. She did murder her
Again,
kid.
Angela, you're missing the whole point.
What?
Like, you're missing the whole point of that.
But
scene.
she did.
It's not the
No,
fact.
I see what you're saying, but I still am like, but she still did kill her kid.
You work for a GI, right? Not an OBGYN.
Colorectal.
Yeah. All right. We'll leave it there then.
I think we should leave it there. I don't think we're
Yeah.
going to change. I don't think we're going to change Angela's mind.
Let's
Probably
do a poll.
not.
Let's do a poll in the comments of
Betsy,
this
can we
YouTube
do a
video.
poll?
Yes.
Can we
Not-
do a poll?
it's- The question is
Poll on
not whether or
Instagram,
not
and
Kay
we can
was-
have people comment below in the YouTube video. Please
Yes.
comment and share your thoughts. If you have passionate feelings, or even if you don't, if you have any feelings about Godfather 2, you know, what if Kay was wrong? I mean, we all agree that Kay was wrong to have an abortion.
Okay, do we agree on that though?
Yeah.
Because
Obviously.
I have a
Yes,
feeling
we all agree on
abortion
that.
is evil.
we
but
don't
so is
even all
murder.
agree on that.
We
Okay,
all
okay.
agree on what Kay
So
did
at least we
was evil.
agree that that's okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
That
The
was
problem
okay.
is that we are saying
I
what
it's on the
Michael's
table.
doing in the movie is like
Is
10
even
times
worse.
what Kay
Right.
did.
The question is not whether or not the abortion was justified, because it's never justified. The
Thank
question
you.
is, can you understand and sympathize with Kay and why she thought that that was a course of action that she had to take
She had no other choice.
against
So that's a
very
question we'd
evil
like you to
Okay.
Michael Corleone.
because Angela, that's where
Okay.
we are on opposing viewpoints.
Different
Yes.
sides of the fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, you know, who would get custody of the kids? We have opposing viewpoints
Yeah.
as well.
I think we should
leave 'em-
include
leave 'em with
Connie
the mob
though.
boss.
you
Can you do
No.
that?
you think Michael would ever
Connie's
let Connie have the
terrible.
kids instead of himself?
Connie.
Okay. All right.
So
okay, what are we going to talk
that
about
was a
next?
lot. I know. So
That was
my
this
God.
is going to be
Sean-
the Godfather episode. We're going to have to
Ooh,
title it.
I
that.
know. I don't even know how long we took on Godfather. Betsy, your time.
It was like
Yeah,
30
we're at
minutes.
about 20 minutes, 25
Okay.
minutes.
That's like half the podcast right there.